What's up everybody, Cody does it here. I'm trying to make a video. I got a Ford Escape here. I need to do a valve cover. There's quite a lot of work. It's a 4-hour job on paper. So yeah, I'm gonna turn the camera around. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about as far as what we're gonna do to get to the point where I'm at now. And then we'll try to make a video out of it. Sorry, I'm really close to my face. We'll try to make a video out of it, and then we'll go from there. That way you guys can see exactly what I'm gonna do and how to take care of this job, how to tackle it yourself. So stand by. So as you can see here, I've already got a lot of stuff taken off the car. There's going to be 2 bolts. There's going to be one first here, and then one here. And then you're going to have a bolt here, and you're going to have a bolt here, and that's going to be for your wiper arms. A lot of people take wiper arms off a little differently, but I've got the wiper arms here on the ground. I got them off. You're going to pull this under piece off first, and when you pull this thing off, there's going to be a lot of clips lined on all these little spots right here. There's one there, and there's one there. And these little clips look like this, and you just pry them off with a screwdriver or whatever. You don't want to bend them too much, or else you'll have to bend them back down to get them to stick. And they are a little hard to get off. They got little spikes basically that hook into the plastic to keep them coming off. So you'll pull those off, and then you'll get to the second set of bolts here, and another one here, and that's how you're going to pull this piece off. When you get that piece off, you just lift, come right off. It's got little tabs in the bottom that are going to stick in. And they're kind of hard to see, but there's little tabs that stick in there. And there's one spot up here in the back. It's kind of hard to see. That'll grab in. So once you get all that off, you're going to move to the next step. You're going to pull this tube off of here. There's one hose clamp. There's one hose clamp here for this one. You're also going to have to pull off this piece, which I haven't done yet. There's a little tab here, a little tab here, a bolt there, a bolt somewhere around in here, probably down there, a bolt down there, and you pull this whole air inlet tube off. Once you get past that point, you're going to want to, definitely you're going to have to take all your coils out. 2 bolts each for those, 8. So you got 8 bolts there. You have to pull this bolt for the other portion of the air inlet tube for the charge tube for the turbo. This is going to go to your turbo charge, come back around to the intercooler, cool, and then go into your throttle body right down here. So I'm going to pull a few more pieces off, and we'll get these steps rolling. I'll try to make the video as best I can for you guys, so bear with me. I'm shooting on my phone. I don't have time to grab my GoPro. I don't have any space on my SanDisk card right now. So like I said, valve cover gasket 2015-16 Ford Escape. Alright, so I went ahead and disconnected this guy here, disconnected all 4 of the coils, disconnected this plug here. Pull this whole harness back so it's out of your way when you pull the valve cover off. I'm going to pull this one here for your cams, VVT system. Pulled this tube off for the PCV, the breather tube, no, PCV tube. I'm sure there's some kind of 2-way check valve inside of this like the Chevy Cruzes have, which I've ran into the problem with those. The under boost codes on Chevy Cruzes a lot, and it just ends up being a PCV valve. And a lot of times people think it is a turbo, so they replace a turbo, but they do have a lot of issues with their turbos. So I'm just gonna get this thing out of the way, and like I said, we're gonna pull this tube, and then I think we'll be about to the valve cover. I may have to, yeah, I'll have to pull these. I'm not quite sure if this front cover is going to need to come off or not for this job. It does appear that this is separate, and the leak I have, let me see if I can show you. The leak I have started right down in here, and it's running down the back side of the engine. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. And like I said, pull this bolt, we'll pull this bolt. There's going to be another screw way, see if I can show you, way down there, if I can get it to focus. That one right there, not that one, this one right here on this black tube. And once we get that one out, this will take forever pointing, sorry. We're going to pull this plug too for this other, this will be the exhaust VVT solenoid. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, I got it zoomed in still, sorry guys. So that one's going to be kind of a B to get to until we pull this tube off and get it out of the way. And I'll record any other major points. I think if anyone's doing this job themselves, then they should have an idea of kind of what needs to come off and so forth. So Got this little plastic cover up here as well, a little foam insulator for the injectors and the coil packs, and so we'll go from there. Sorry if I'm rambling. Guys, so I got that screw that was down there, got that guy out. One of the studs supposed to seat in the valve cover spun out, so I held on, you know, I got it out. Don't worry about how I got it out. I'm not going to explain it. But you also have another one of these studs that holds the little beauty cover on, studded down in there, and I believe it's 12 or 13. I just use a crescent wrench, it's plastic, so not a big deal. Got that guy out of there. We got the other exhaust camshaft VVT solenoid out. Now you can kind of see the leak a little better. You can see the valve cover is obviously seeping, so definitely going to be an easy fix, a lot easier than I considered it, other than pulling the high pressure fuel pump, which is not really that big deal. I've done at least 100 of them. So we're going to pull the plug for the high pressure fuel pump. Got that off. We've got a little tab that we'll pull out with my tab puller. Then I believe, never did one of these before, so I may consult my repair guide and yeah, go from there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There's not much to it. I will make some clips on the fuel line stuff removal. Definitely going to want to pull the fuel pump fuse and run the car, make sure there's no pressure on that, and just so you don't get a bunch of fuel in your face. Anyways, when these cars sit on idle, unused, even not driven for a day, there's still at least, I'd say 500-600, sometimes up to 1,000 psi in fuel rail pressure. So yeah, you can see it's pretty gunked up in there. That's gross. That's why I have a catch can. This is precisely the reason why I have a catch can, if you guys can see in there. Now, anyways, guys, so I got this top cover off. Goes somewhere in there like that. Got 1, 2, 3. There's a bolt down here. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bolts. 8s, 7s, and 110. Comes right off. Now you got your foam insulator. Side. I always put my nut back on stuff so I don't have to worry about where it goes. Looks like we got another plug. The injector, so you're gonna have 4 of those. I'm gonna have to pull this stupid foam thing off. Set that aside with that. Here's your fuel rail. So I have to pull this line, this nut, and this nut for the line. Then there's going to be, looks like 4 12mm bolts. Being it is a direct injection vehicle, it just sucks that it's on top of the engine rather than like in the side. And you can see a little bit more valve cover leak in there now. And that's what's causing all of that. Boo-boo. So, yeah. Not too much more work, we'll have it out, and then of course, you know, you got all your bolts for your valve cover. This appears to be an oddly shaped valve cover gasket. Part of it's metal, part of it's plastic. Fun. Alright guys, the next day I'm back at it. I went home last night, came back, next day. You got a fuel line here that you're going to want to remove. There's a stud with a E-bolt. It has an E5. When I say E, I mean one of these. It's like a reverse Torx. I don't know if that'll focus very well, but got a reverse Torx. Get that pulled out, that whole line will come out. I used a 17 for the lines. Got one there, got one and one there. So you're gonna pull those. And then you're gonna pull the 4 10mm bolts for the fuel rail. Once you get that pulled out, we'll proceed to the next step. We're gonna pull the VVT solenoids, and then you got a bunch of 10 mils for the valve cover itself. So we'll get on with it. This is the gasket set. Came with 2 O-rings, smart TV, and a rubber gasket. So, guys, so we're out. We're back in. I'm gonna do some cleaning. I'm trying to reseat my fuel rail back in here now. Did do the valve cover gasket. So we got that taken care of. I did cover up the holes for the VVT because I don't like stuff getting in there. You see green tape and a lot of things. That's just so I can remember where harnesses are. If it gets real confusing, sometimes I'll number them 1 and 1 so I know which one goes back to where. Yeah, so not a hard job. Someone with normal tools can definitely do this. It does take a bit of time. It's quoted at 4 hours, so definitely don't expect it to be an in and out job like a normal 4-cylinder car. But anyways, guys, as always, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to put this thing back together and proceed with my next job. Have a good day. As always, stay motivated, make money.